So Punyo Mano is one of those things that we practice a lot when we have a partner. But as I've mentioned to people who've trained with me a lot, I did a lot of my training on my own. At first, I had classes on certain days of the week, but at a certain point, I was the only person that I was training with. My instructor moved and I had to travel to train with people. So I had to, train with people at certain levels to work a lot of my stuff. So I had to come up with ways to work some of my techniques by myself, right? So when it came to Punyo Mano, the way that I would do that a lot of times is by just doing visualization, right? I'd work the drills as if I had a partner. So if I was here, coming in, going here, throw the arm up, break out, boom, and then I'm back out, right? Or see here, boom, 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 here, up, out, boom, 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 coming back and working the drill. But as I started to go, one of the other things I found is I could work the drills as purely striking drills, right? Because that way I don't have to wait for the other person to react, right? Because if I'm doing this and I go here, I need an arm here to grab. I need somebody to check my arm right here. I need to be able to clear something. I need somebody throwing a strike at me, and I need an arm there to break out, right? But if I were to replace that person with a bag or an opponent who's not responding properly, I can turn all of those beats into straight up strikes. And that's what I started practicing in the air and on a heavy bag, right? So the first thing is, instead of going high, low, high, I would start just off the jab, right? Or just coming in off the jab. The other thing is I would change how I was doing the entry. So instead of necessarily going 1, 2, sometimes I would just start off by going crash in or jab and roll here. So it would be more like a single strike here, right? So I do it either way. So sometimes you'll see me do this and just warning you because I might slip in and out. Sometimes you might see me throw a jab and a hook. Sometimes you might just see me throw a straight punyo jab right there as a crash. But either one of those can be here. All right, so let's start with the first break in and break out. So I'm going to throw my jab. I'm going to roll here. That gooseneck that I was doing is now going to be a cross here, right? So I'm going to 1, 2, 3, and that should be me going here. My fourth beat will be the punyo. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, 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 boom. Or 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Or 1, 2, 3. Right there, right? Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Right, so that gives me my basic 3 counts that I'm going to do to get into with the equivalent of this position, right? But for what I'm doing, 1, 2, 3, that's the equivalent here. So in this fighting position, this guard right here is my equivalent of being in the Punyo Mano at this position or this position, right? Because that's where the transition drills start to happen. So first thing I'm going to do is number 1. So from right here, I would throw the arm up, clear the arm off, break or block, and then break out. Right? So let's talk about this toss motion for a second. So same as with my break-in, I can use that toss as 2 different strikes. I can use the out motion that I'm using to toss as across, or I can use the idea of going up and clearing to represent a hook. Or I can do both. The third option is I can do both. I can go cross hook when I do that as going up clear. Either one of those works. So just keeping that in mind though, I'm just gonna do the simple cross. So from right here, my first break in, break out, so I've already broken in. My first transition drill, I'm gonna throw the arm up, block the arm, break out, strike, or strike, or strike. Here, so that's gonna look like, if I do the whole thing, that will look like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or if I do the shortened version, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I can change it again to where I go 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 right there. So I did the cross hook right there, right? Went boom, boom. Number 2, hubad. So from here, normally, if I got to this position, I would throw the arm up, clear the arm off, block, come across here, right? And then I'd be throwing my punch, and then I'd be in my hubad action, right? So what I'm gonna do for the striking is I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna throw the arm off, I'm gonna block the arm, I'm gonna come to the other side here, so I'm gonna block and rotate, and then throw my cross that way. Here. So that cross is now going to be my pinning hand that I wanted. So again, I'm going to throw the hand, block, come to the other side, and throw my cross, and then throw my strike here as if I was in my hubad, right? So from the side, from right here, cross, block, cross, strike here. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, and I like to show it from this side first so people can see that when I do this, I'm not going here and opening. I'm going here, and as I open, I turn that, or as I move to this side, I throw that strike, then come here with my other strike. So that's number 2. Number 3 is going to be my Punyo Mano, my occupying center liner, literally Punyo hand. So I'm going to come in, 1, 2, 3. I'm in my position. I'm going to throw the arm up from here. So for this one, I actually like to work on this line, right, coming up and down. So for this one, because I threw the arm up, I do like to come into that hook and drop down. And from here, I'm going to punch up, or throw a hammer fist or a destruction. You can think of it that way. Punch here, punch down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That way. So I can work that. It's its individual thing, but I don't want to stay there forever. So I like to do it just the 4 and then break out. So what that would be is from here, I throw the arm up, clear the arm off, block, hand, strike, hand, break, out, strike. So that breakout strike is the same thing, 1, 2, 3. So putting the whole thing together would be 1, 2, 3, throw, or throw, hook, 1, 2, 3, 4, block, here, out. So you know, from here, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. So it's a lot of movements, right? Which is why I'm showing them to you broken down in these little pieces.